Blunt Rochester.
Thank you, Ranking Member Warren and Mr. Secretary, for your presentation of the 2025 annual report. Mr. Secretary, in your testimony, you talked about avoiding, quote, regulation by reflex and focusing on growth instead of reacting to every potential risk. You say FSOC is, quote, tuning out the white noise to concentrate on the issues that matter most. From my constituent calls and emails and conversations, I know for most families, they don't experience economic policy as white noise. They experience it through higher rent, higher medical bills, higher grocery prices, and just worrying that the next bill or price increase will push them over the edge. And it's why the Financial Stability Oversight Council's job is so important and why it can't wait until markets break. Its job is to spot problems early before families pay the price. Housing-related risks have been showing up for decades. On this committee, we've worked on the road to housing in a bipartisan way. And my first policy agenda, actually, as a senator, was focused on housing. So today, I want to understand what Treasury has actually done with these warnings. Secretary Bessent, in 2024, FSOC issued a report warning of weaknesses in non-bank mortgage servicers, companies that now handle most U.S. mortgages. Last year, on January 31st, 2025, GAO also warned that trouble at these firms could disrupt federally backed mortgage markets. So in light of these warnings by FSOC and GAO, what has Treasury done in response to address the risks in the housing market?
Well, that was the yell in Treasury, and they said that everything was a risk. The Senator, that's why we are more focused, but we are very focused on the mortgage market through Fannie and Freddie and through the non-agency actors.
So is Treasury's position that this was overstated, this risk was overstated, or?
As I said in my statement, if everything is a risk, nothing is a risk.
But I'm specifically asking on
Yes,
the issue of housing.
Yes, I believe, and again, part of housing is being able to have tight spreads in the mortgage market, and we're at multi-year lows in the spreads versus treasuries, which tells me the mortgage market's very healthy, and we had the lowest mortgage rate in the past 3 years in January.
Okay, so the mortgage, you're saying it's healthy. I know foreclosures are up 21%, mortgage delinquencies are 4-year high, I know all of that, but separately, your 2025 annual report notes that FSOC created a household resilience working group to identify early warning signs of household financial stress. It's my understanding that this working group was just created in December. Has it met yet? And what is it expected to produce?
Again, it's exactly as it seems. It will be meeting monthly. It did not meet last month. And we want to look at the household balance sheets and understand, again, the question I got on consumer sentiment. Is it sentiment or is it reality? Where are the pressure points? Because we do want to help working Americans and spot problems early.
So do you know what what are the outcomes? What is it expected to produce? Or could you share that?
Well, as it hasn't started yet, Senator, I would look forward to sharing the work product with you as we move through the year.
I would hope there is a plan, because I know usually if you set up a group, there's a mission for the working group, there's a plan, a set of expectations. So look forward to hearing from you on that. If you were to, you mentioned in your testimony parallel prosperity, and you mentioned Main Street and Wall Street. If you were to rate how Wall Street is doing on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being it's doing well, and Main Street on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate them?
Well, I'm not going to speculate, but I will tell you the Wall Street Journal, not the Main Street Journal, criticized me for being a populist on my advocacy of Main Street. And look, Main Street got killed during the Biden administration. Wall Street did not. And
I only have 10 seconds.
We're trying to level
in my 10 seconds, I just want to say two things. Number one, this is now your watch. So I know there's been a lot of bringing up the Biden administration. This is now your watch a year later. And number two, families are truly hurting in this very present moment. So I look forward to working with you and finding out about particularly housing, because it's one of the #1 issues in this country across the dais. Thank you, and I yield back.